Making a habit of exercising is very important, whether it's vestibular exercises or other exercises we choose to do. And we need to start right now, today, and not wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. Um, we know that there are various ways of getting into a habit, and I have a few suggestions that have worked for me. The first one is to decide that we are really going to start exercising every day from today, not from tomorrow, from today. And we need to do that um, by setting a time on a daily basis. So for myself, I start early in the morning, and you may want to do it in the afternoon or in the evening, whatever works for you. And we need to also send ourselves some kind of a reminder, whether it's an alarm clock or some kind of ritual that helps us do it. For example, I put a kettle on. The minute I put the kettle on, I have a few minutes, and in those minutes, I begin to exercise. And once I get into the exercises, it gives me an opportunity to continue or take a break and continue. I suggest you start small. Small can be 2 minutes. That's fine. It may sound ridiculous to someone who's doing a marathon, but it certainly doesn't sound ridiculous to people like us that have vestibular issues. And 2 minutes is a good way to begin, because we get into a habit and the progress will come later. There's no problem. Once we get into the habit of doing exercises every day, there will not be a problem to add to them. Um, you may add 2 minutes, you may do it for a few days and feel comfortable, and then add a new exercise or upgrade the exercise you're doing. And don't go crazy and do a half an hour right away, and then the following day say, oh, I can't, I didn't feel well, I got something else I need to do, it's taking me too much time. There are lots of good excuses I've gone through that have prevented me from working. And what helped me really is starting from very small and getting into the habit. Um, Make it pleasurable. It's so important. I can't emphasize it enough, because we know that these exercises can cause us not to feel our great. It can cause us dizziness, it puts us on the edge, it makes us feel uncomfortable. So if you give yourself a reward immediately afterwards, for example, you have your breakfast, or you're watching a TV program, or you meditate, or you sing, or you go to the shower, or you go out, whatever suits you. Give yourself some kind of credit, some kind of reward, and always give yourself a reward. And then it won't be so difficult to do these exercises. And it's very important also to prepare an environment, something that works for you to do your exercises. I put a mat on the floor, a yoga mat, and then I can stand on it and grab on my feet. And I can also arrange to have somewhere to hold on if I don't, so I don't fall, or I don't worry about falling. So even if I get a little unbalanced, I have somewhere to hold on to. And certainly follow your vestibular therapist. Whatever they suggest, you should, of course, do. One more thing which I found very useful, and I didn't do in the beginning, and that is to rest and get myself back to my baseline before I continue with my daily life. I find that if I go out and if I'm still feeling some kind of imbalance or a little dizzy, and I start going on with my life, it affects what I'm doing, because I'm already sensitive. But if I give myself some time to get back to my baseline, then I'm starting fresh. The exercises have not affected my daily living, which is really, really important in our situation. So, in summary, I want to focus what I've already said. Decide to start the exercises today, now, and start with decide when to do them, which part of the day works best for you, and start small and give yourself a little trigger, something that will make sure that you start. If you do that action, then something else happens. It can be an alarm, it can be a kettle, it can be whatever works for you. Some people brush their teeth and then they do it, whatever works. And then the progress will come. If you exercise every day, then for sure you're going to upgrade and do longer times and it'll work well for you. Prepare in advance some kind of comfortable environment for the exercises, and I strongly recommend giving yourself a few minutes or however long you need to rest before you continue with your daily life. I hope this really helps you, and I would love to hear from you whenever you whatever you do, and I hope to you have good results and could have a good day.